Hi, welcome to the Relationships and Community PD video. My name is Sarah Martin. I am the Student Support Services TOSA in Palm Springs Unified School District. I'm going to start with the rationale for today's PD video. Teacher-student relationships and classroom management. Trust reduces disruption. Positive relationships increase engagement and improves communication, prevents escalation, and builds a strong classroom culture. Classroom management isn't just about the rules and consequences, it's about relationships. When students feel seen, heard, and supported, they are far more likely to cooperate, engage, and thrive in a well-managed learning environment. We also want to have a good relationship with the families of the students that we serve. When we do that, we have shared expectations, increased support for behavior, stronger student accountability, earlier interventions, cultural awareness and sensitivity, and increased student confidence. When teachers build strong, respectful relationships with families, they create a unified support system that helps students behave, engage, and succeed. Family partnerships lead to fewer behavioral issues and more collaborative, community-based approach to classroom management. Let's talk about how we can build relationships with our students. Classroom management is not just about rules and consequences, it's really about relationships. First, we want to build rapport. Rapport sets the stage for learning outcomes and it can encourage participation. Feeling safe in the classroom can help students take more of the risks needed to engage in higher levels of thinking and learning. High levels of student-teacher rapport create a positive learning environment. To build rapport, we as teachers want to be accessible and approachable. We want to practice active listening, provide positive encouragement and reinforcement, have an awareness of students' feelings, and have gratitude for help received from the students. And we want to have forgiveness for any wrongdoing our students might have done. Sharing your stories is one of the easiest ways to connect with your students. It helps students to see you as a real person and builds connections. Students have a wide range of interests. Showing them that you share and respect their interests builds connections that originate outside of academics. Another strategy you can try to build rapport is the 2x10 relationship building strategy. This is a strategy that's been backed by multiple research studies. This is when a teacher and a student have a conversation for 2 minutes a day for 10 consecutive school days. The topic is non-academic or behavioral. It reinforces positive behavior and conveys genuine support of the student. I also want to remind you guys of the elements of personal communication. When we are communicating with another person, 7% of their perceived intention from our words comes from the actual words that we use. 38% comes from voice and tone, and 55% of their perceived meaning comes from our body language. So be sure to be mindful. Next, let's talk about family relationships. When teachers build strong relationships with families, they create a unified support system that helps students behave, engage, and succeed. Proactive communication is a very important part of this. We want to establish communication using multiple modes. Email, phone, text apps, and newsletters are great examples. Set expectations and inform families how and when the communication will happen, and offer translation when needed. Initiate positive contact with families. Reach out with positive communication about the student. Avoid only contacting families after a disciplinary incident, and be mindful of the tone and language you use. Focus on objective information to share with the family. Offer two-way communication. Ask for input about the child's strengths, interests, and needs. Use surveys or informal conversations to understand the family's expectations and goals, and be available and approachable. Reflect and adjust. Seek feedback from families about what is working and what isn't. Be open to changing your approach to better meet their needs. And at times we have to have reactive communication. When this happens, we want to communicate with professionalism, empathy, and a focus on collaboration. Maintain trust, support the student, and work together. Communicate promptly. If a disciplinary incident occurs, notify the family the same day if possible. Delaying contact can increase frustration or anxiety, may appear dismissive of the seriousness that the situation requires. Prepare for the conversation. Gather objective facts: who, what, when, and where. Review the school policies and your classroom expectations, and be ready to explain what happened without blaming or shaming the student. During the call, remain calm and non-judgmental. Stick to objective language rather than emotional or judgmental terms. Start with empathy and a mindfulness about partnerships. Express that your goal is to support the student, and acknowledge that behavior is a form of communication, not a personal attack or a reflection of parenting. Focus on the behavior and next steps. Separate the child from the behavior. Avoid labels like disruptive or bad. Describe what you have already done. Let them know what supports are already in place. Invite the family's perspective and collaborate on next steps, and try to end on a positive note. Remember, confidentiality is very important. Keep student information confidential at all times. Share only the necessary information and do not inform the family of one student about the identity of another student. So if the incident was between two students, you want to make sure that you're only sharing the information about that family's student. Keep things confidential. You can practice this by thinking of a behavioral incident that has taken place in your class recently. Draft an email to the family without mentioning the student's true name, and review it to make sure that you're focusing on the behavior, not the student, you're avoiding negative labels, and you're maintaining confidentiality. Next, we'll talk about documentation. You should keep a brief and factual record about communication with families. Note the date and time, a summary of the incident, the conversation, and any agreed upon next steps. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that it was useful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.